Warriors return home after last week's victory over Sayreville 14-8. The 5-2 Chiefs are led by head coach Mr. Dan Higgins in his 20th season. His staff includes Jamie Marsh, Robert Unren, Craig Lowry, Lauren McKnight, Damon Pleasant, AJ Cook, Tevin Shaw, Mike Purnell, Kyle Higgins, Jerry Wilson, Billy Gonzalez, John Mammon, Mark LaBrose, Brian Butler, Frank Unren, and John Thompson. Game time weather. Perfect. Air temperature is 65. The humidity is 40%. The wind speed and direction is west-southwest at 5 miles an hour. Skies are mostly sunny. Today's game time weather forecast, 100% of Senior Day football. New Brunswick and Piscataway. Again, welcome to Piscataway. Back deep for Piscataway is number 3, Antonio Rivera, and number 5, Deshaun Stevens. Kicking off for New Brunswick is number 1, David Caballero Perez. The returner is number 2 for Piscataway, and there is a flag down. It's a block in the back on Piscataway at around the 41-yard line. The mark-off will put the ball back at the Piscataway 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Piscataway. Antonio Rivera is the ball carrier. He's tackled on the play by number 14, Jabril Bright. The result of the play is a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 35. 2nd and 6. Rivera is the ball carrier. He's stripped up by the interior of the Brunswick defensive line. The result of the play is a gain of 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3 from the 38. Alex Satowski is the ball carrier. He gets knocked out of bounds at the New Brunswick 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5 yards. 1st and 10, Piscataway. Antonio Rivera is the ball carrier. He's tackled on the play by number 9, Ty J. Henderson. The result of the play is a gain of 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5 from the Piscataway 47. Satowski is tackled on the play by number 1, David Caballero Perez. The result of the play is a loss back to the Piscataway 40. It's a loss of 7. It'll bring up 3rd down and 12. Timeout, New Brunswick, their first of the half. Zutowski's pass intended for Stevens is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Holding against Piscataway. The holding penalty will be declined. It'll bring up 4th down and 12 at the 40. In to punt for Piscataway is number 40, Vincent Novak. Back deep for New Brunswick is number 11, Eli Rodriguez. Rodriguez is tackled inside the 1 by Antonio Rivera. 1st and 10, New Brunswick inside the 1. Novak's punt is good for 59 yards, no return. Piscataway cheerleaders. Quarterback sneak by number 3, Joshua Ponce. Tackled on the play by number 56, Al Tariq White. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Delay of game penalty against New Brunswick. Second and 10. The result of the play is a gain of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Ponce's pass intended for Rodriguez is incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 9. Back deep for Piscataway is number 5, Deshaun Stevens, and number 3, Antonio Rivera. Back deep to punt is number 1, David Caballero Perez. Deshaun Stevens gets run out of bounds inside the New Brunswick 5-yard line. It's a return of 24 yards. It'll be 1st and goal, Piscataway. Antonio Rivera is the ball carrier behind Al Tariq White, Patrick Rummigat, Malachi Wyatt. Ball is placed inside the 1. It's a gain of 2 yards, 2nd and goal. Alex Zutowski for the Piscataway touchdown. Piscataway long snapper is Riley Wingate. On to try the extra point is number 16, Kenley Kendall. And the holder is number 22, Brian Butler. Offsides, New Brunswick. Antonio Rivera for the two-point conversion. 5:46 to go, first quarter. Piscataway 8, New Brunswick nothing. Back deep for New Brunswick is number 9, Henderson. And kicking off for Piscataway is number 40, Vincent Novak. Novak's kick goes into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. 1st and 10. New Brunswick at the New Brunswick 20. Samad Hicks is the ball carrier. There is a flag down. Preliminary signal is a hold against New Brunswick. Piscataway accepts the penalty. The ball will go back to the 10-yard line where it'll be 1st and 20. Rodriguez is the ball carrier. Number 21, Michael Seawright. Number 52, Malachi Wyatt, in on the tackle for Piscataway. It's a gain of 1. It'll bring up 2nd down and 19. Ponce's pass falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 19. Ponce is the ball carrier. Number 11, O.C. Hilliard, in on the tackle for loss. Back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 3. It'll bring up 4th down and 22. Back deep for Piscataway, number 5, Deshaun Stevens, and number 3, Antonio Rivera. The punter is number 1, David Caballero Perez. There's a flag down. Preliminary signal is offsides Piscataway. Ball's advanced out to the 12-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 17. Perez's punt rolls out of bounds. First and 10, Piscataway at the 32-yard line. Sitowski to number 2 for the touchdown. On to try the extra point is number 16, Kentley Cadrill. The holder is Brian Butler, and the long snapper is Riley Wingate. Piscataway lined up in the neutral zone. Ball's marked back. The extra point will be from the 15 instead of the 10. The extra point is wide right. 3:09 to go first quarter. Piscataway 14. New Brunswick nothing. Satowski's 32-yard touchdown pass was to number 2, Jonathan Carmen. Kicking off for Piscataway is number 16, Kenley Candell, and back deep is number 2, Samad Hicks. And number 9, who was the returner, TJ Henderson. And there's a late flag. Dead ball penalty. Personal foul against New Brunswick. The mark-off will take the ball back in the vicinity of the 20-yard line. First and 10. The ball carrier is number 9, TJ Henderson. Ball's advanced out to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3. Ball carrier is number 4, Yasir Johnson. Result of the play is a gain of 2 to bring up third down and 1. The ball carrier was number 4, Yasir Johnson. He's tackled on the play by number 12, Jahai Johnson. The result of the play is a gain of 4 yards, good for a New Brunswick first down, first and 10 from the 32. Timeout, Piscataway, their first of the half. The ball carrier was number 4, Yashir Johnson. He was tackled by number 4, Alex Satowski. The result of the play is a loss of 1 yard. It'll be second down and 11 from the 31. Illegal procedure against New Brunswick. The 5-yard mark-off will put the ball to 26. It'll bring up second and 16. And on the last play of the first quarter, Ponce's pass is complete to number 2, Hicks. Result of the play is a gain out to the 32-yard line, a gain of 6. Third and 10. Ponce's pass falls incomplete. Defended on the play by number 2, Jonathan Carmen. There's a flag on the play. It's a holding call against New Brunswick that has been declined. It'll bring up 4th and 10. Back deep for Piscataway is number 3, Antonio Rivera, and number 5, Deshaun Stevens. Punting for New Brunswick is number 1, David Caballero Perez. Perez falls on the fumble. Piscataway will take over 1st and 10 at the New Brunswick 24. Sitowski rolls out, decides to run on the play. He's tackled on the play by number 58. Sanford James Hill. Result of the play is a loss of 3 yards. Back to the 27. It'll be 2nd down and 13. Antonio Rivera is the ball carrier. He's tackled by number 4, Yasir Johnson. Result of the play is a gain of 2 to the 25. It'll bring up 3rd and 11. Mr. Antonio Rivera advances the ball over the 15-yard line. It's going to be good for a Piscataway 1st down. Rivera gains 13 yards. It's placed at the 13. 1st and 10, Piscataway from the 13-yard line. Sitowski is the ball carrier. Hicks is the tackler for New Brunswick at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Mr. Antonio Rivera for the Piscataway touchdown. Behind number 9, Rawls, the great downfield block for the Piscataway touch. In to try the extra point is number 40, Vincent Novak. Brian Butler's the holder. And the long snapper is number 45, Riley Wingate. Novak's extra point is good. 8:39 to go, 1st half. Piscataway 21, New Brunswick nothing. Back deep for New Brunswick is number 9, TJ Henderson, and number 2, Samad Hicks. Kicking off for Piscataway is number 40, Vincent Novak. Henderson. Henderson returns the ball out to the 27-yard line. First there for Piscataway is number 21, Michael Seawright. 1st and 10, New Brunswick. The ball carrier is number 4, Yashir Johnson. Piscataway team picture in the middle of the line. Satowski, Butler, Wyatt. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 27. Number 2, Samad Hicks is the ball carrier with a late flag. It's a 41-yard gain. The penalty is against Piscataway. Dead ball, personal foul against Piscataway. Ball be placed at the Piscataway 22-yard line. Timeout, Piscataway, their 2nd of the half. Rodriguez is the ball carrier. In on the tackle, Piscataway, number 53, Richard Ba, and number 52, Malachi Wyatt. Result of the play is a gain of 2 yards to the 20, 2nd down and 8. Hicks is the ball carrier. He's run out of bounds inside the Piscataway 20. At the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Ball carrier is number 4, Yashir Johnson. Number 58 in first for Piscataway, along with 56, Al Tariq White. It's a gain of 1 yard to the 16. It'll bring up 4th down and 6. 4th and 6. On to try the apparent field goal attempt is number 1, David Caballero Perez. The field goal attempt is wide left. Piscataway will take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Antonio Rivera is the ball carrier. He advances the ball across the 20 to the 21. It's a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Second and 9. Satowski is sacked by number 52, Omari Williams. Result of the play is a loss back to the 15-yard line. It's a loss of 6. It'll bring up 3rd down and 15. Mr. Alex Sitowski. But it's coming back. It's a holding penalty against Piscataway. It was a gain of 47, but it's coming back. And the dead ball penalty. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike penalty against Piscataway. Ball will be placed at the 7-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and 23. Mr. Antonio Rivera behind Jahai Johnson and number 52, Malachi Wyatt. He's advanced the ball out to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 29, 1st and 10 Piscataway. Antonio Rivera is the ball carrier behind number 54, Kalu Uchi. It's a gain out to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 13, 1st and 10 Piscataway. Sitowski's pass intended for number 12, Jahai Johnson, is incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Sitowski's pass, intended for number 1, Keandre Dado-Sneed, is incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 10. Sitowski's pass is complete to number 8, Gaddafi Madison. Ball's advanced inside the New Brunswick 40-yard line to the 37. It's a gain of 14, 1st and 10 Piscataway. Mr. Antonio Rivera takes the pitch from Sitowski. Ball is placed at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 22, 1st and 10 Piscataway. Sitowski's pass is complete to number 5, Deshaun Stevens. Ball's advanced down to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 at the 10. Illegal procedure against Piscataway. It'll take the ball back to the 15. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 15. Zutowski's pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Ineligible receiver downfield against Piscataway. Ball will be placed at the 20. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the 20. .30 seconds to go, first half. Zutowski's pass is complete to Stevens. It's advanced down to the 16. It's a gain of 4, 3rd and 11. Zutowski's pass intended for Carmen is incomplete. Timeout, Piscataway. On to try the field goal for Piscataway is number 40, Vincent Novak. The holder is Brian Butler. Long snapper is Riley Wingate. Novak's attempt sails far to the left. At the end of the first half, Piscataway 21, New Brunswick nothing. For your halftime entertainment, the Piscataway Chiefs dance team.
Uptown, downtown, everywhere we get down, it's about to go down. Are you ready? Are you mob? Get set, let's go. It goes left foot, it goes right foot, it goes left foot, it goes right foot. Kiss the wall, touch them toes, turn around like it's gold. Back it up, so you know you got control. Let me hit you with that. Shake my jelly, jumping and thumping, man. I got the crowd yelling. Get it, kick it, that no telling. Oh, you better move, Ellen. I got a nice round, woo, like a watermelon. Yeah, he play the point guard. Hitting the pointers, man, he playing real hard. My team be winning, yeah, so keep your day job. I turn around and make it bounce like a basketball. Bounce, biggity bounce, biggity bounce, bounce. When I clap, I said stop, now rock with it. Bounce, biggity bounce, biggity bounce.
Piscataway Chiefs dance team. The Piscataway cheerleaders will dance at halftime.
you in your arms. I'm just here to do my job.
Piscataway cheerleaders. Please welcome the Piscataway Super Chief Marching Band.
Reality, the state of things that actually exists in the world as we know it. Real events, and a state of affairs that affect our everyday lives. When you follow this line of reality, it means your ideas are based on something authentic, tangible, absolute. This is reality. Fantasy, idealistic and irrational, neither based in reality nor having real substance. Fantasy, idealistic and irrational, neither based in reality nor having real substance. Fantasy is what drives us to create, to imagine anew the boundaries that reality has placed upon us. To soar without wings, to imagine the impossible, to achieve the improbable. This is fantasy. But sometimes the border between reality and fantasy becomes displaced. A dispute of territory has commenced over the line where fantasy ends and reality begins. A calm amidst this raging storm grounds us back to reality. But through the portal between these two worlds, a mysterious voice draws us back with resounding temptation. Just as fantasy strengthens its grasp, reality makes its triumphant return. Although the tension will always exist, the glorious streams of fantasy will always run through the lines of reality.
Piscataway Super Chief Marching Band. We start the second half. Piscataway will kick off. Back deep for New Brunswick is number 2, Samad Hicks, and number 11, Eli Rodriguez. Kicking off for Piscataway will be number 16, Kenley Candell. Hicks at the 2. Hicks's men at the 14-yard line, call it the 15. Number 19, Solomon Ely. Number 22, Brian Butler. First there for Piscataway. 1st and 10, New Brunswick at the 15. Ball carrier is number 4, Yasir Johnson. It's a gain of 11 yards. Ball's advanced to the 26, 1st and 10, New Brunswick. Johnson is the ball carrier. O.C. Hilliard and number 53, Richard Bott, in on the tackle. Result of the play is a loss of 1 back to the 25. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Ponce's pass, intended for Rodriguez, is incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. Ponce's screen pass, intended for number 9, Tajay Henderson, is incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down and 11. Back deep for New Brunswick in apparent punt formation is number 1, David Caballero Perez, and back deep for Piscataway, number 3, Antonio Rivera, and number 5, Deshaun Stevens. Perez's punt rolls out of bounds. At the 42-yard line, 1st and 10, Piscataway at the New Brunswick 42. Satowski's pass, intended for Sneed, is incomplete. Mr. Antonio Rivera is knocked down inside the 1-yard line. Led downfield by number 11, O.C. Hilliard, with a downfield block. It's a gain of 41 yards. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Antonio Rivera for the Piscataway touchdown. Kendall's extra point is good. 9:15 to go, third quarter. Piscataway 28, New Brunswick nothing. Kicking off for Piscataway is number 40, Vincent Novak. Back deep for New Brunswick, number 2, Samad Hicks, and number 11, Eli Rodriguez. Novak's kick goes through the end zone, touchback, 1st and 10 New Brunswick on the 20-yard line. Ponce's pass intended for number 1. Perez is incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball carrier is number 9, TJ Henderson. Advances the ball to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. Johnson's the ball carrier. Number 12, Jahid Johnson in on the tackle. That'll bring up 4th down and 5. And back deep for Piscataway is Deshaun Stevens and number 3, Antonio Rivera. And punting for New Brunswick is number 1, David Caballero Perez. Rivera. Antonio Rivera returns the ball 13 yards to the New Brunswick 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Piscataway at the New Brunswick 38. Timeout, Piscataway, their first of the half. Satowski to Stevens is incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Mr. Jalen Matthews. Matthews 38 yards for the Piscataway touch behind number 71, James Deva. Number 50, Jamil Marquez. Number 52, Malachi Wyatt. And number 56, Al Tariq White. Matthews for 38 yards for the Piscataway touchdown. Vincent Novak's on to try the extra point. Brian Butler is the holder, and Riley Wingate is the long snapper. And Novak's extra point is good. Kicking off for Piscataway is number 16, Kenley Candell. And back deep is number 2, Samad Hicks, and number 11, Eli Rodriguez. Hicks from the 1. Hicks returns the ball out to the 29-yard line. Excuse me, the 24-yard line. It's a 23-yard return. New Brunswick takes over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Hicks is the ball carrier. Second and 10. Ponce's pass is broken up by number 8, Gaddafi Madison. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Johnson's the ball carrier. Rawls and White in on the tackle. It's a gain of 1. It'll bring up 4th and 9. Back deep for Piscataway is number 3, Antonio Rivera. And number 5, Deshaun Stevens. Now Antonio Rivera comes off, and number 1, Keandre Dotto-Sneed is back in punt return position. Safety. That'll make the score Piscataway 37, New Brunswick nothing. Back deep for Piscataway is number 3, Antonio Rivera, and number 5, Deshaun Stevens. Kicking off is number 56, Stanford Williams Kelly. Stevens. Mr. Deshaun Stevens behind number 12, Jahide Johnson. Excellent stalk block. He's knocked out of bounds in the vicinity of the New Brunswick 11 or 12. Ball's placed at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10, Piscataway. Matthews is the ball carrier. Johnson is the primary tackler. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 13. Rawls for the Piscataway touchdown. Rawls from 12 yards out for the Piscataway touch. Kendall's extra point is good. 1:04 to go, 3rd quarter. Kicking off for Piscataway, number 40, Vincent Novak. Back deep is number 11, Eli Rodriguez, and number 2, Samad Hicks. Hicks. Hicks is tackled on the play by number 30, Jonathan Brooks. 1st and 10, New Brunswick at the 26. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score Piscataway 44, New Brunswick nothing. First and 10. Johnson's the ball carrier. Number 21, Michael Seawright, holds on for the tackle. It's a gain of 4, second and 6. Ball carrier is number 9, TJ Henderson. Ball's advanced out to the 36. It's a gain of 2 yards. It'll bring up third down and 5. Third and 5. Johnson is the ball carrier. Tackled on the play by number 54, Kaluuchi. And number 24, Eldridge Charway. Personal foul penalty on the play against New Brunswick. Ball will be taken back to the 20-yard line. It'll bring up third down and 16 yards to go. Timeout, New Brunswick. Back deep for Piscataway is number 3, Antonio Rivera. Rodriguez is tackled. By number 29, Joshua Stevens. First and 10, Piscataway at the 13. Ball carrier is number 29, Joshua Stevens. He's tackled by number 4, Rasheed Johnson. It's a loss on the play of 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 13. In at quarterback for Piscataway is Alon McCorsey. 2nd and 13. Horace Thompson is the ball carrier. He's advanced the ball down to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 3. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. McCorsey is the ball carrier for the Piscataway touchdown. On to try the extra point is number 40, Vincent Novak. The holder is Brian Butler. And the long snapper is Riley Wingate. And Novak's extra point is good. Kicking off is number 16, Kenley Candell. And back deep is number 2, Samad Hicks, and number 11, Eli Rodriguez. Hicks takes a knee at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10, New Brunswick at their own 5. Johnson's the ball carrier. No gain on the play. Make it a loss of 1. It's 2nd and 11. Ball carrier was number 9, TJ Henderson. He advances the ball out to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 35 to bring up first down and 10 for New Brunswick. Ball carrier is number 7. Deontay Hatcher. He's tackled on the play by number 54, Kaluuchi. And that'll be the final play of today's game. Final score, Piscataway 51, New Brunswick nothing. And as the two teams meet in the center of the field, please recognize the efforts of each team. Next week's games will be announced early next week.